Yeah, this is an update on the cross I did of the Pingu male with the black Moscow female. I'm feeding the fish some, well, I was trying to just feed the adults some frozen bloodworms, but this guy got overzealous and I don't know, I'll have to see if he starts choking on that. I'll have to figure out how to get that out of his face. Weird, huh? Well, anyway, this obviously was a tank that has some babies in it. I don't know yet if it's from the male Pingu hitting the black Moscows. It should be, because I picked females that had already had babies, and this cross has been going on for basically about a month. So now the other cross, doing the other way, which is black Moscow male to pink Pingu females. These females have really filled up, and I just saw a baby in there zipping around for his life. I can't quite find him right now. I'll give it a minute. Might be up in the plants. The thing that got to me though a little bit was these babies are kind of gray, and the one I just saw in this tank over here was very gold almost. So I don't know. I'll have to see what ends up happening. I'll see if I can get them moving around. Maybe I can find a baby or two to show you. All right, here we go. There's a couple of them in there. These were just born. Sorry about the plant there. So try to get the camera to focus on them. These are very gold or pink, so I don't know if this cross was as successful as the other one. It could very well be that these were going to be pink Pingus. I'll see, here's another one. A little hard to focus on them because the camera lens picks up the plants. But anyway, there you can see that one. Keeps moving around, little sucker. I don't know. I see a little bit of black in it. It could be wishful thinking. But the goal with this cross was I wanted to end up with black pandas, which are a small guppy the size of pink Pingus that have both characteristics of the Pingu and the black Moscow. So we'll see. This is very promising. She just started having babies. I don't know which one had them. It was either that one or this one, because they're the only two in there. And we'll see what happens. Got to give it some time. I should be able to figure it out in a couple of weeks once the babies start growing. If I see any black coloration on them, then I know it was a successful cross. And I'll see. But these babies are definitely different. They're actually different than regular Pingu babies. So I have a feeling that the cross was successful. The Pingu babies are not this bright of a gold for me. So trying to get this to focus on. I think it's picking up the airline. See, there was a few more in there. See if I can do this without wrecking everything. Here's another one back there. Alright. Definitely gonna have to take these babies out because that male was going after them. I would think with the color of these babies that they look like food. So trying to pick up, there's another one in the back there. So interesting. Going to be cool to see how these develop. Definitely hoping that this cross worked. I'm going to leave these fish together. I am not going to grow these babies out with them. So I don't want to lose these. So I'm going to net these out in a couple of minutes. I'm hoping that the adults would fill up on the frozen bloodworms, and then I could just wait until the female was done dropping the babies, and then I could get them all out. So we'll see what that goes on here, and I'll update this as I can. All right, this is a couple days later, and through the magic of waiting a couple days, I left 2 babies in the tank. One right there, and the other one is somewhere. But these females are filling up again. And once again, this is the couple of pink Pingu females, a black Moscow male. And there were 7 babies altogether. And there's the 2 right there that I left in the tank. This is the cross the other way. It's a black Moscow female that looks ready to drop again. And these are some of the babies she had. Now, there's definitely 2 types of babies in there. And to be honest, I don't know what the results will be with the Pingu male going to the black Moscow female. Because I believe to get the panda guppies, you need the black Moscow male. Because the black Moscow male carries most of the genetics of the black Moscow line. And the female is not neutral, but just doesn't carry as much of it. So I'll see what I get. It's interesting. There's about 13 babies in this one. And this one has the 2 I left in, as well as 5 babies that I netted out. So some of the other updates in the fish room. These are the Shubel blues. They do look blue, and both females are really gigantic. They're probably about to drop some fry. They're hanging at the top until I disturb them. And if she turns to the side, you can see how rotund and gravid she is. So there will probably be babies in this tank within a day or 2. The other one just kind of stayed up there. There she is in the back. Okay, trying to get her to move. She ain't moving. So these are the Luke Roebuck reds that I took out to use as breeders. And there are a bunch of babies up in the top there. This line generally doesn't eat their babies, so I don't have a place to put these babies yet. So they're going to be staying in here for a bit till I free up a place. These are the Shubel greens, which seen a little bit of green. This female is filling up, so I'm going to hope to get some babies out of her within about a week. The goal there is to keep this line going, and I'm also going to do some crosses with some of the full greens when I get them. I forgot to ask if these green females were neutral. Actually, female, I only have 1. And I'll find out. And still trying to get these 2 to turn to the side, and they ain't moving. I really don't want to scare them. Nothing. All right, that's the view I'm going to get. Now to finish up the video, this is one of the it's one of the 2 All Red Albino females I had left, and she looked like she was hit. And I mentioned in a prior video about a month ago that I was going to put her in a 1-gallon container, which is this thing, with a bunch of plants. And I did that, and I just moved her into another 1-gallon because she had all these babies about 3 days ago. So it's a little tough to see. There's a bunch of them in there. It's probably about 15. And they're doing very well. I'm going to feed them the live baby brine shrimp soon, and then later the high protein food. And this is a little blurry, but these are the 5 babies I took out of the cross I just showed of the black Moscow male and the pink Pingu females. There you can get a look at them. I think there's 5 or 6, and they're very gold. So hoping that the cross was successful. See what happens. This is one other cross I'm working on, which is obviously Russian red lace snakeskins. There are a lot of babies in this tank from these females, and once I see some growth out of the babies and see what they're going to look like, I'll actually say what these females are. They're not Pingus, but they're something that should get me a heck of a result. out of the cross with the red lace snake skins. So what I'm looking to do is to boost up the intricate lace snakeskin pattern and get those black dots out of the body. So we'll see what happens. This female is still full, so there'll be some more. And well, we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's an update on the some of the different crosses I'm working on. Some varying results. So far, all good. And just as an aside, for the people that have been buying a high protein food, I got the lab analysis back, and it's 54% plus protein. It's like 54.30 something or other. So definitely a high protein food, higher than you're going to get if you're buying standard foods like Cobalt or OSI or Ocean or Tetramin or any of that stuff. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. And I appreciate you watching, and all the recent subscribers that actually watch the videos and pay attention. It's like real life, nobody pays attention. I talk and nobody's listening. All right, take care.